Just the second game in a row that y'all have really just had to hold off a team at the end. I guess what do you think's kind of contributed to, in the end of the game, just not being able to close out a team necessarily the way you probably want to?
I think we're kind of like learning each other playing in the games. Practice, I mean, you're going to practice preseason and go through it and you're going to feel one way. But when you come out in the games, it's a totally different feel. You don't know what they're going to do. And I think for us, it's like, battling our defense, just making sure we do what we're practicing, do what the scout says. But I think obviously there's some frustration of not being able to close out, but I think it's just learning and we're in a new team. We have a lot of new things and trying to play together. We're trying to work out some kinks.
Any thoughts, Sam?
What she said.
And then just both of you, I mean, really big crowd today with all the kids. Might have contributed to the end, them not getting a timeout, not being able to hear them calling for a timeout. Just what do you think of all the energy in there today?
It was a lot of kids. I applaud them for being so loud that they couldn't get a timeout at the end. I think it helped, honestly, because if they would have got the timeout, who knows what would have happened. So thanks for elementary day.
I think it's cool to have all them here. I mean, we don't get to play in front of a loud crowd like that. It's different than like a lot of people, but it's a fun environment. And I mean, they all have a blast. So I think that it's something for them to look forward. It gives us a good crowd, but it's always fun because, the music's a little bit different. We listen to a lot of kids' music and they scream at a timeout. They scream at a missed shot. They scream at everything. So I think that it's fun, but I don't know. I think it's just like a different kind of loud than like a loud crowd. It's like a scream.
Y'all talked about, closing it out and all that, but talk about the stretch where y'all really played well there in the third quarter and early into the fourth quarter to get up 24.
I just feel like we had the right lineup in. We had all 5 people on the court who were capable of handling the ball in their press. And so I feel like that contributed to when we went on that lead because, if the ball got into the middle of the court, that person could easily dribble the ball up the court and then people on the sides are fanning out. And the person back there has to decide whether they take a shooter or whether they take somebody going to the basket. So just having 5 people on the court that can handle the ball when they were pressing us.
Also, y'all play at 10:30 in the morning. What are the advantages and disadvantages of playing at 10:30 in the morning?
I think it's different time-wise, but I feel like once we're here, we prepare the same way. Like it's not like any times are different. We shoot 2 hours before, we go into our like different shooting groups and then we warm up. That I feel like once I got here, it's the same as every game. I didn't really feel a difference. I do think like obviously waking up and coming straight to the gym, but once I got here and like got ready, it's like the same preparation, same as every other game.
The team got off to a little bit of a slower start in the first quarter, 5 and 19 in field goals and 2 and 6 from the line. But then y'all really like exploded in the second quarter. I was wondering, what was up with the slower start in the first, and what changes did y'all make?
10:30 in the morning. There's a loud crowd. A lot of people have never played in a crowd so big and so loud. So I just feel like it was an adjustment for a lot of our new people. And once we got settled, once everything died down, it was kind of just like play your game of basketball. You don't have to be frantic. You don't have to be rattled. Just play how you would normally play.
Yeah, it's also, like I said, it's only our second game. Like we didn't have exhibition. So I think that like we're all coming out and everything is like a lot of people's first. And I think that we're going to have struggles. And I think the way we come out in the third quarter and go on a lead and go on a run like that shows that we are working it out and we're capable. And I think coming out with a slow start has a combination of, where we played 2 nights, like we battled 2 nights ago. We came out 10:30 in the morning. Like it's just a combination of being our first, trying to work out some kinks, trying to go on a run, trying to, be there for the crowd, having the crowd, and then it's just a whole bunch of stuff. But I think that we show a lot what we're capable of, and it's just a matter of time when we put it all together.
And then team scored 40 plus points in the paint today. What was key to winning those defensive matchups?
Honestly, we've been practicing it for 2 days. They play zone a lot. So it was really a surprise when they came out and played man, but we've been playing man since July. So that was easy for us, but we just wanted to capitalize off of them pressing us and then off of them playing zone. So that's what we were focusing on 2 days in practice.
I think, against Monroe, there was, I think, only 5 or 6 assists as a team tonight. Samara, you had 7 alone. The team had, I think, close to 15. Just how much was that a point of emphasis, trying maybe get the ball movement a little bit more flowing and leading to baskets tonight?
We really didn't address it much the past 2 days because we know what we're capable of. In the Monroe game, it was just kind of hard to get the ball to other people because they were such a good team at like pressuring us. So it was hard to kind of like find that open person. But I feel like Murray State gave us the looks where there were a lot of people who would be open and that pass would be easier. So we made those passes.
And, Saylor, you mentioned first times for a lot of you women, and Talia, another 20-point performance tonight. I mean, is it a little bit more impressive watching her follow up what she did night 1 with, being able to kind of do it again night 2? Or
she does it every day. I mean, in practice, she shows various ways of how she scores, and I think that it's hard to come out and do that 2 days in a row. So, I mean, it doesn't really feel like she's a freshman because we've been practicing, and I think that with going on a foreign trip, like, it doesn't feel like it's like her first 2 games. But yeah, I think that it shows her talent a lot.
I guess who when they were making their comeback, who kind of really took the lead role among players to kind of maintain composure?
I think we all kind of did. I feel like we all look for each other to stay. I don't think even the past 2 games, even Monroe, I don't think we have trouble staying calm. We kind of have a lot of composure and haven't gotten too flustered. And I think that it kind of shows the confidence that we have in each other. Like, okay, they pressed us, we had some turnovers, but we kind of know, like, okay, that's not really what she's going to do. Like, she's going to learn from that. It's not like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But I feel like as a team, we just kind of all came together.
Thoughts, Sam?
What she said.
Saylor, you had 3 blocks and only 3 fouls, and then Sasha had 3 blocks with no fouls, which that's hard to do, contesting shots and not fouling. Just how important do you think it is, kind of yours and her, like your length in there, and what does that do for the team whenever y'all are blocking shots like that?
Well, it makes it very difficult for the other team to score, and I think we do a lot, like, it's emphasized a lot in practice to wall up, and we've spent a lot of time in drills, like, just jumping straight up and down and not blocking. And I think it's going to carry over when you go play against bigger post players and that are going to do the same thing, that are going to come into you. But having the length helps a lot because, one, the athleticism of being able to switch with some of the guards, and then also being able to defend down low. Blocks don't let them score. So we'll wrap it up.
Hey, Saylor, last season you were around 7 rebounds per game through, I know it's just 2, but you're over 15 rebounds per game. Did you foresee yourself having this type of impact on the boards this season?
It was definitely a focus for me. I think that it's really important for me to focus on like controllables, and I can control how hard I crash, and getting second chance shots for anyone. I mean, it's going to benefit you whether you're going straight back up or we kick out for threes. Like, we have everyone on our perimeter can shoot. So it's just, I think for me I didn't expect to like go up. I mean, it's 2 games, but like, I think it's definitely something I've focused on. And I go into the games like knowing that that's a controllable of mine.
And then today against the press, you played a big role, ball handling. Is that something you're comfortable with? Same kind of question, something you saw coming into the season?
Oh yeah. I think when people press, we want to be able to pass it to the middle and distribute it out. And like Sam said, I think that had a big part of when we went on our run. We didn't turn the ball over, and we played really fast, and we used our athleticism to get down the floor and move the ball fast. So I think that having everyone in there, and for me, like being able to handle the ball, it definitely helped.
Sam, bit of a random question, but you have the single quickest free throw routine I think I've ever seen. When did that develop? Is there a backstory behind that?
Oh, you must be new. Just last season, I think in the non-conference, I was having a hard time shooting free throws, and Coach Todd, he basically told me, like, you just shoot it like a regular jump shot. You don't have to think about it. And so I kind of developed that. And towards the end of the year, I was shooting the ball from the free throw line a lot better. So I'm sticking with it.